Maybe faster.
A different version.
Do you really want me to, or don't worry about it?
I might ask you about it.
Maybe she give a play-by-play. And they're talking about.
That's that recorder's rolling, right?
It's all red.
But is the numbers rolling?
What numbers? Yeah. Like the time at the top.
Yeah. And then the other thing is rolling on the computer.
Yeah. You want to hear my strongly worded?
Yeah.
We pay more money so we can have a fast internet so my husband can use it for his job, which involves live streaming on YouTube. We have tried to live stream 2 podcasts today, and it's so choppy. And that's where I got to when you started asking me. Is that strongly worded enough?
Don't give them all that information.
Oh, okay.
I don't want Comcast in my business.
Okay.
Just tell them that our internet is down and that our internet is being really sluggish and what the problem is.
Yes.
Yeah, don't give them all this information.
I can't be.
No, don't say that we live stream on YouTube and stuff.
Well, but
they don't need to know all that.
I can't be mean if I can't be specific.
Yeah, but don't be specific.
Okay, we pay more for fast internet and it's not working.
I know, right?
How do we make it work? How's that? Is that good?
Yeah.
To the point.
Okay.
Internet not work. How we make work?
Internet work not. Thank you for getting that joke reference. Thank you.
I did the wrong zip code.
That's what Lucas cut out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the 2 with the 4s, but he can't get his internet to work.
You know what would be ironic? Is if they were like, I'm sorry, you don't have the internet speed to participate in the chat with the technical person.
Oh, God.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's giving me the spinning wheel, so I can.
That's okay.
Okay, we're going to stop the show now.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, serious now. All right, enough joking. Stop
Yeah,
that.
enough joking
Enough
around.
with the fun and the revelry.
Stop that.
I'm tired of talking about the internet. I don't care about the internet. The internet will not defeat us.
All
right.
Oh, my God.
Okay, here we are, Gun Culture Radio. Got Derrick back on the show
Happy to be
again.
back. Poland's great this time of year.
It is. It's very nice.
That's all right.
Snow on the ground. We made snow angels earlier.
That's
The snow angels that had guns.
That's right, by God. Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
It's good to be back here at Castle John.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little drafty when you live in a castle. That's one of the disadvantages
You gotta
of
close
it.
that drawbridge. I told you gotta close the drawbridge. Cut down the draft.
Yeah, but then I can't go in and out as often as I want.
You know.
That's the only problem.
Okay, we'll knock a hole in one of these walls. Have a
Yeah.
nice little side door. You know,
That's
come
true.
on.
Yeah.
We can
First
make it.
world problem.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Old world problem.
Castle's so drafty.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about it, they would be pretty damn cold, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, big stone.
Yeah,
cave.
you're not heating that. I mean, basically, all you can do is create like points where there is heat and
I
just
think
get near it.
You might, you might have individual rooms, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure the king's room had fire. You know, he had people there to keep the fire going.
yeah,
And what the Romans had central heating. So you know,
Yeah.
they put some guys down there in the basement, and that's all they did all night in the wintertime is keep the fires going. So I guess you could have it like you said, you couldn't have central heating in there in
Yeah.
your castle, but you know, like the big halls, like you see in the Vikings and stuff. You know, you got the
Yeah.
big fires going. I'm sure they were heated, and
Yeah.
maybe the individual rooms. But if you're on like the 3rd floor or in the basement, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, if you got to go outside, go to the bathroom, go to the outhouse or something. You know, I mean,
Outhouse in the castle.
yeah,
Make sure you got that fresh straw in there.
yeah, really. I wonder how they did the bathrooms back then in the castle. Like, could you have a bathroom up on a high level? I mean,
That gravity feed
Yeah.
right to the moat. I'm guessing that it was they have spaced around the castle, and it was outhouse in the house.
yeah,
And I was only half joking about that straw,
Yeah.
dude. Toilet TP was what 20th century thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
big old handful of straw. Some fingers are gonna get through.
Dude.
Yeah, maybe they used the 3 seashell method back
Oh,
then.
ouch. No. The Romans used sponges. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
They had bucket of water, which I hope they changed regularly.
As long as it's not one of those like really dry, like rough sponges, you know.
Ooh. They used a sponge on a stick, and all I can say is I hope they
Sponge
changed.
on a stick. And they bathed with it after.
They had different sponges for taking a bath. But I'm sure that when times got rough, you had to use, the same sponge. Ooh,
Yeah. That's
Hey.
gross.
They conquered the world, though. Hey,
Yeah.
in skirts. So hey,
Yeah.
Hey.
Man, I'm so glad it's not like that anymore.
Oh yes, Once you once your culture's reached the level of toilet paper, there's no going back.
No.
There's no,
No.
that door can't be closed.
No.
So, in fact, I remember during the Battle of Guadalcanal, one of the things the Marines really hated was that when the Japanese attacked, they sank the ship that had the toilet paper on it.
Oh man.
And that's the thing that really hurt. Ammunition, toilet paper, that's a close one.
Well,
That's close.
I mean, you gotta admit, like, they probably shouldn't have put it on the side of the ship that it was the toilet paper ship. You know, I feel like that was their first mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to identify that because if I was the bad guys, just to mess with you, I'll blow that ship.
Yeah.
If I throw your aim off, you got a little butt itch. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
aim straight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty. Just thinking about that. Oh.
Yeah. I'm sure whoever the raw recruits, their magazines probably got taken.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude. So
Yeah.
yes, let's take that town just for the TP. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, before we get going, let me do the business part of the show.
Of course, pay the bills.
We appreciate all the support from budsgunshop.com. Go check them out. They really do have a lot of cool stuff over there. Good deals on guns and everything. They're kind of like, I don't know if they like being looked at this way, but it's sort of like the Walmart of guns in a way. Except,
That's a plus.
well, they have like not the bad parts, not as many of the bad parts about Walmart, but the good ones where it's like, okay, one of the disadvantages of Walmart is that they have so much power they can negotiate prices based on like they can have special runs of products made just for Walmart. So sometimes you might buy something that's the same at Walmart as it is in another store, but the quality is actually less at Walmart.
Yeah.
So they're not like that.
Good.
I'm not saying because guns are guns.
Yep.
They're not like different versions of guns sold to different distributors or whatever. But they sell a lot of guns, so it enables them to have lower prices.
Good.
What I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Went a long way for that. But
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
All right.
A
Good.
very long way.
Okay.
And also Federal Ammo, appreciate them. We gotta have ammo to feed our hungry guns. And SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. Go to sdi.edu if you want to get a career in gunsmithing. Veterans like yourself get out of the military and they want to do something in firearms, and they don't want to have to actually drive to school every day. They can do a distance learning program because it is hands-on. Like they actually send you equipment and stuff, so it's not totally like you can't obviously learn how to work on guns on a computer.
You don't have to visualize it. You can actually do it.
Right.
Yeah.
They send you equipment. It's
Okay.
part of the package and everything.
Okay. All right.
But people can check that out. And then also the NRA, the National Rifle Association. And if you haven't joined yet, ask people to consider doing that. NRA is not perfect. Like one thing I hear about the NRA that people will say is that the NRA in the past has supported things that were like the Hughes Amendment, which was passed in the 80s that makes machine guns so expensive. But the thing that I tell people is that America has supported some bad things in the past.
A few.
But
Yeah.
a few,
Yeah.
to put it lightly.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to move to Mexico.
Nope.
I'm still invested in this country because I want it to get better. I'm not just because things were bad in the past doesn't mean that it's a reason to.
And you work to make things better.
Right, and that's kind of how I see the NRA. The NRA has come a very long way, and also just the culture around firearms was in a very different place in the 80s.
Exactly.
Very different. There weren't as many, hobbyists, and like my dad when he bought his first AR-15, he bought it in 80. 1985 or something like that, sometime in the mid 80s. That was like a big deal. Like people just didn't have those then, so he was kind of an extremist, I'll say the word, having a gun like that, it's very, very unusual, so that's the kind of climate where that kind of stuff happened, it's I think easy for people to lose sight of that,
How things were before.
Yeah, they really were. But anyways, I with their flaws, the NRA, happy to support them and everything because they are the biggest gun rights organization, and they make people upset sometimes by supporting candidates that support things that people disagree with and stuff like that. But it's a tough battle. If the issue organization, they're going to lobby to try to put politicians in office that support gun rights. Yeah. And sometimes those politicians may support other things not related to guns, and the people don't like it.
It's not all or nothing.
Right.
You take the good with the bad.
Yeah, it's part of it. So anyways, if people want to join the NRA, link in the description. So
outstanding.
There's that.
All right.
Speaking of which, though, the gun control talks are back up again. With
Where?
The shooting that happened, and it's always going to happen every time someone shoots somebody.
You gotta expect that. You gotta expect that, and we've been through this before.
Many times.
This
this was different.
This individual had issues, and the fact he targeted Congress.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, one thing is, too, the word terrorism is kind of strange because really isn't this guy – I mean, he's a domestic terrorist, basically. Yeah. I mean, he attacked government officials. I don't see how it gets any more – how could it be any more domestic terrorism?
Yeah, and he had – I believe they checked his website. He had a big history of anti-Republican rhetoric and all that.
Yeah.
So, this guy – that guy had some major issues.
Yeah. And one thing, too, that makes this issue more complicated, of course, is that, people that support gun rights, maybe tend to be more conservative about things, feel like they've been targeted by the left. Anytime some wacko conservative shoots up some people, then, anyone who supports gun rights or whatever gets blamed.
Yeah, which is completely illogical.
Right. And just as illogical as blaming Bernie Sanders supporters for what this guy did.
Yeah.
So like I really hope that, gun people out there that are listening understand, that it's not a good idea. It's creating a double standard. If we don't want to be lumped into crazy people, then we shouldn't lump people who don't belong into that camp.
This is an individual act.
Right.
A weapon is just a tool he used to do something he would have done anyway.
Right.
So
the fact that he was a Bernie Sanders supporter doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference. He was a crazy person.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have been a crazy Trump supporter or anything.
This was a disturbed person with multiple issues. That is obvious, which is an issue that we all face. So, no.
Be disturbed?
Yeah, exactly. I know I am. I don't know about you.
I'm a little disturbed at times.
That's
I think.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's a little disturbed.
Exactly. Especially my toast isn't right. Hey,
yeah.
That's BS. Hey, I can't take this.
That's my toast.
Did I miss something with the toast?
We're arguing about toast.
That's right. And I'm sick of this, and they ain't gonna have it. I'm ranting about toast on that. You never know. You never. There's a guy out there somewhere right now going, he's right. He's right. My toast wasn't right either this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it.
I'm telling you, this toast looks like the Incredible Hulk. You see right there is his face, and see that part that makes his arm. That's the Incredible Hulk right there.
Somebody's doing it right now. Yeah. Don't laugh. I'm telling you.
I wonder if anyone has a toast collection. Of where just toast makes shapes, like they just all day they just make a toast, just analyzing
job,
it. Yeah.
What does this one look like? You think the moon? I don't know.
It's just all the time, and they analyze it. They get one that really looks like something. They display it.
I'm afraid I heard something somewhere. Somebody paid this ungodly amount of money for this image or something. I think it was a Virgin Mary in toast. I am not kidding.
Yeah.
They paid this ungodly amount of money for it. Okay. It's if you got the money to spend multi-thousands of dollars to spend on toast, by all means do it.
Yeah. Did they eat it?
It's the image of it's an image of a holy figure. Let's throw some butter on there and finish it. What? What? I'm afraid they probably did.
But that'd be like the most ballsy move ever to buy like this, like a $10,000 piece of toast and then just eat it.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Here's the check. Wait. Go ahead. It's clear. Okay, eat it.
Yeah.
Why not? If I had that kind of cash, why not?
Yeah.
In America, if you got money, they have to put up with you.
That's right.
You know, Come on now. I'm not the only one thinking that. You can, all of a sudden, you know, if Big John comes out in a chinchilla coat, I know, and he's multi-millionaire. Not that you're not. All of a sudden, it's cool. Let's see, you're avant-garde. Yeah. If regular guy does it, he's just some nut guy in a chinchilla coat. You wearing fur? What the heck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, double standard.
It's the same way, you know, if you're like really, really good at something, you know, like if someone is a incredible athlete or incredible musician or something like that, because they're probably also wealthy too. But like Dennis Rodman, for example.
Yeah.
He was an incredible, incredible basketball player. One of the greatest in his position.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, you can't do it forever. You know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But you know, I feel like was one of the most underrated people on that team.
Yes.
You know, he was a big part of why they won all those championships. You know.
Then he went nuts.
Yeah, well, he was probably already nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
he had money.
Well, hey, he married Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That was an okay decision.
Was that PR stunt for her? I mean, I guess so. I mean, dude,
who knows?
I mean,
I know he did blow a lot of his money though. That I feel like that's the danger of professional athletes. Unlike musicians, if you have some hit songs, that's something they can kind of carry you on.
Royalties, yeah.
Yeah, for a long time. Unless it's something that's like a really weird fad that no one's going to be interested in again. But with being a professional athlete, it's like you have to think however much money you're making, you're not really making that much money necessarily in the sense of like, okay, let's say you make $2 million a year in the NBA. You're kind of like an average player, let's say.
Okay.
That's about like $2 million would be kind of like a middle to lower than average, I think.
Well, believe it or not, I just looked this up. The average guy starting, the average bench warmer pulls down 813K a year.
Yeah, okay.
That's just the average. You get over there and sit down.
Yeah, okay. So that's about right. Somewhere in the middle of the road, about $2 million a year, maybe. So let's say you're in the league for 10 years, $2 million a year. What's that? $20 million.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing you got to think about is that's 10 years of your life. So maybe you get in when you're 20 and you get out when you're
30, 32.
Yeah, something like that.
You're done. Yeah.
You got a bunch of life left to live.
Yeah.
You got to save that money. So you weren't necessarily making $2 million. You know, really, you need to pretend like you're only making like $500,000 or something.
You got to be looking ahead. I think if any kind of athlete, you got to be looking ahead because it could be over tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You know, it could be over tomorrow. I mean, what's that? $2 million. All right, we're gonna put 1.75 in the bank.
Yeah.
Gonna invest. You know. Apparently, restaurants is the way to go.
Yeah.
It depends on how successful you are. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. Really.
And you got that bug zapper in here?
Yeah. Right there.
Sorry, I was distracted by this mutant moth that's coming over here. You got to be looking ahead.
Yeah.
Because it could be over tomorrow, and especially if you're just an average guy.
Right.
Because baseball is $515K. Sit the bench. That's the league minimum.
Okay.
$515K a year.
Because if you're not a super famous player,
you're just some guy. You know?
You're not going to get all these signings and all this different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're good enough to make the team, but you're not necessarily good enough to play.
Right.
You know, I mean, they keep you around in case somebody else gets hurt. You know?
Yeah. So it's all going to be up to you after your career, how you invest your money. And
you got to be looking at it now. Like Joe Montana, he was like a 4th round. No, he was like a 4th, 6th round draft pick.
Yeah.
And they thought he's just going to be average. You know, he's just kind of there. You know, he's okay. The guy won 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Got 4 rings. In football, if you don't get them rings, you can forget about broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they want those iconic players. You know,
exactly. If you're just some guy like a running back lasts like 3-5 years and then, okay, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Hey, I was making $1.5 million a year. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
But have a nice day.
Yeah. Well, I've used for. I know you know spent your whole life becoming a football player, and now it's over.
You had your 5 years. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got to be looking ahead.
Oh,
got
yeah.
to be looking ahead.
Because it's like, do you want to be Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer?
That's
Yeah.
good reference. I mean, like,
Ice is a very successful businessman.
he is.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know. I
Yeah.
thought after Ice Baby. Well, he used that as a springboard.
Yeah. Well, he got invested in real estate and all this kind of stuff. He has like his own show now.
He was thinking ahead.
MC Hammer, I don't know what he's doing now, but I know it was like a big deal with him where he was like losing all of his stuff. Remember that commercial where he was like doing the song "Can't Touch This" or whatever?
Wait, yeah, the guy was at the dorm with his son moving to college, and MC Hammer springs out from behind out of the closet.
I think so.
And
yeah.
and Dad is said, "Hey, MC Hammer, where you been?" He says, "Okay, I've been here, been doing this." You know, he does something about those hooks you can put on the wall without driving a nail into the wall.
Oh yeah.
That's what
yeah.
he's doing now.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, "Who is this? What's he doing? What's
Yeah.
happening?" MC Hammer,
Yeah.
prime example of he said it himself. He says you gotta be careful with your money. It can be over tomorrow.
Yeah. Because he got in trouble with the IRS.
Exactly. He says you got to hire two accountants. You got to have one to watch your money and then one to watch him.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So, dude, hell yeah.
And hopefully they don't work together.
I've heard more than one of these big stars talk about how they don't really know an accountant for one of these big name stars. He talked about how these guys, they're making so many millions. They don't want to know, you know exactly how much money they got. As long as it's there. If they want something, they can go buy it. That's all they're really concerned about.
Yeah.
And he says, I tried to show these guys statements. I tried to do this, try to do that. They don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
They trust the accountant to take care of all that.
Yeah.
So if you got somebody that's good, yes.
If you can really trust them, I mean,
Yeah.
I could see how that would be part of the benefit of having that kind of money, where almost anything within reason that you can imagine you can afford, basically.
Yeah. I mean, they're paying you like what? Let me get somebody lowbrow. Like some of these stars make like $300K for a movie, which is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing. If you're just some guy, and they give you $330K just for hanging out, looking, talking.
For a few days, yeah.
Like what you pay me here. So, that's right. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Derrick
No,
makes $1.2 million to be
that's
on the
right.
show.
Yeah, he's kidding. Well, it's only he's not. But
Well, we have to downplay our wealth.
we're just regular guys here.
Yeah.
Just working stiff. So.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this is like filmed in a compound, like underwater. You like scuba dived in, under like $30 million submarine.
Your private submarine brought me.
Yeah.
No, but just regular guys though,
Yeah.
hats, blue jeans, hats.
Yeah.
As soon as the show's over, we walk out. Get this stuff off.
Yeah.
Where's my tuxedo?
There's not even gold in this shirt. I hate the feel of non-gold things against my skin.
That's right. So yeah. So anyway, Rick, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But you got to invest, look ahead, because again, it's very fleeting. Very fleeting. Fame can go away tomorrow, and if you're not thinking about that, you're a fool.
I would say money is definitely quicker to go away than fame, though. For
Yes.
sure.
Oh, you can ride that name like
Yeah.
Rodman.
Yeah.
That.
Because the thing is, if you were big enough, people are always going to remember you.
Yeah.
You may not be on TV anymore because nobody wants to sell you, but you still people know who you are.
Okay, again, one more time, Rodman, because
Yeah.
when the last time he played ball?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think if he. It's so funny because when Jordan retired in '98, for some reason I think of that entire Bulls team as just that was the end of them. But they went on, I guess, after him.
Somehow,
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, it's like basketball exists after Michael Jordan. I didn't know that. I don't know if he continued to play for the Bulls, or I feel like he went to a different team.
I think he went to another team.
I think Scottie Pippen stayed there for and went to somewhere else.
Well, I think they're put in the position they got to go where the money is.
Right.
You know.
Close to retirement, I think there's a certain point where, like, so when they get close to retirement, especially the better ones, it's like they sort of have this decision to make.
Yeah.
Do I take a pay cut and try to go to a team where I have a chance to win?
Yeah.
or do I just try to make some out?
You're right. Exactly. I've heard that talked about on another station. Is that you're right? As you're getting on in your career, it's coming. You gotta make a call. Do I take a discount and just so I can just stay here? I got the wife, I got the kids. Do I still want to stay here and ride out here, or do I go where the money is, make a big paycheck, or go and try to win things? Which that's a tough call because if you're playing your long game, you gotta get those rings. Or who cares? Hey.
Yeah.
You're just some guy that played NBA ball or Major League Baseball. You're just some guy.
Makes you more forgettable, yeah.
Yeah. But if you're a champion, you're right.
It's true. I think sometimes with these like reunion shows, like these old rockers and stuff getting back together, I like to think that it's all like, let's give the fans one last, but probably one of them was in bad shape for money. And I guarantee you this happens all the time. Is you got some famous band that they were there, they were a big deal at one time, and they're all off doing their own things, and one of them maybe is very successful, and then you might have another one that really needs some money. So they're like, come on, let's have a reunion because come on, and then you sort of feel obligated to do them a favor, like because you don't necessarily need the money, but you're like, okay, fine, let's do a reunion tour.
Well, you see those old guys. I saw one. I can't remember the name of the band. I'm not going to mention it. But it was like the Geezers of Rock. I mean, these guys were like.
Well, was it it wasn't Ringo Starr and the All Star Band? What is it?
I don't.
Because that was a thing for a while. I actually saw them live. It was Ringo Starr and like a guy from Bad Company and Cream and a couple other classic rock guys. They all just got together and just went on tour.
How do you even do that? I mean, just these guys ain't had a hit since how long?
Yeah, they just play their hits basically. Because you think about it, if you have enough of them together, they each have, they were associated with several hits, then you sort of have a show of like, you got enough to fill a whole set,
Yeah, but they must have a strong fan base too. Because older people, old folks, will go out there and pay to see these guys after all these years. I mean,
especially like Ringo Starr, he's a Beatle, so. Well,
and I remember I saw him on Leno, back when Leno still did the Tonight Show. They asked him, hey, you don't need the money. Why are you out here, man? And he said, this is what I do. He says, I don't do this for the money. Not that he needs it.
Yeah.
But he says, it's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, it's what I do.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it's like if you did it, because to be successful at something, you probably loved it.
Yes.
So just because you are successful and have all the money that you need doesn't mean that you would stop loving it, stop wanting to do it.
True. I mean, I guess. But, okay. But did anybody else tour like Ringo did? I mean, was Lennon out there touring before the thing happened? Was he still out there?
With the Beatles, before the Beatles?
John Lennon, but we have to be separated. George Harrison, I don't think he toured.
Yeah, he had solo stuff, and John Lennon did.
Did he tour?
I don't know if they toured though. Okay. I know they recorded. I don't know if they toured. I mean, the Beatles didn't hardly tour much at all.
I know because I know they recorded, but I don't think they toured.
Yeah.
Well, what was that group that Lennon had?
I don't think Lennon had a band. He was just John Lennon. I think Paul McCartney had a band, the Wings.
Wings.
Yeah.
So, or Eagles?
No, that was the Wings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Eagles different. Yeah.
Different. Okay. Sorry.
Different bird.
My Alzheimer's is kicking in. All right.
Yeah.
but McCartney, he's still out there.
Yeah.
Well, he mostly just he writes and performs, but he's not really touring.
Yeah, not much, I don't think.
I mean, Paul's getting hot, but Sir Paul's getting up there now.
Oh yeah, they're getting very old.
Oh, I mean, like 75,
Yeah.
Yesterday, one more time. Oh, okay. Yesterday. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy. Like the level of fame of the Beatles, like Elvis and some of those people. It's crazy. Like that kind of fame is not even possible anymore.
No, not. I don't think so. Well, it's at a different level. Different level, not the same as they've had back then.
Yeah,
because it was a different time. It was a different time. But like Elvis, they thought he was done. Elvis admitted. He says, "You know what? I got so concerned with making movies that I forgot that I was a singer, a rock singer." And then he came back in '69 and showed everybody that, hey, I can still perform.
Yeah.
So that '69 comeback show, that put him back on the map.
Huh.
So.
And then he started. When did the decline start? Like
Right.
mid-70s or something, or right after that?
Right after that, with the white jumpsuit and the 3-foot collar. And
Yeah.
the cape. Come on.
It's funny that's always the Elvis that people impersonate. You know, it's never like 1955 Elvis. You know.
No. He was. You couldn't touch him back
Yeah.
then. You couldn't touch him back then. But when he started, it's like he became a parody of himself.
Yeah, and I think that happens a lot with people.
You know.
The baby problems back there.
Just being a baby.
Is it?
Yeah. Big baby.
Okay.
I'm back here fighting with Comcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we tried to live
He's trying to
stream.
help me out. So,
Did they try to help you out?
Comcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said D was trying to,
Oh,
to help
well,
me out.
Comcast
But
wasn't
yeah,
like.
Comcast is also trying to help me out.
I figured they'd be like, go to hell, we're Comcast.
Pretty much, yeah. We don't care about your internet problem.
Yeah.
It might be able to upload. It says the speed is 10. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they may have to schedule a technician anyway, so I figured you were.
That's
gonna
fine.
cut
We've
all
done
this
plenty
out.
of streams. It's okay if there's one where we don't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to talk about that shooting. Something that I thought was interesting. I brought this up in the other podcast today actually, but so it was a situation where you had people in a combat situation that didn't have combat experience. From what I understand, that none of them were veterans.
Yeah,
is from what I heard, and it was kind of interesting also because they were, like politicians, so they were able to very analyze what happened very well, and it was kind of interesting to hear them talk about, what was going through their mind and stuff like that. Like one point, one of them was talking about how they didn't know where the shooting was coming from, and they were next to this big tree, but they didn't know which side of it to hide behind because they didn't know where the shooting was coming from.
True.
Which is a weird problem to have, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, I've never been in that situation, but it seems like you'd be able to tell where it was coming from.
You have
but
an idea.
I guess it's the sound's bouncing off
exactly.
and
You
stuff.
have an idea, and all you can do is make you're right, a best guess. I believe it's coming from that way, so I'm gonna put something between me and where I think that those rounds are coming from. So you have an idea. You don't know unless you see him. Which I think they were close enough to see, weren't they? I mean, he was like right there. It wasn't like he was a mile off. He was like right there in the field.
Yeah, he couldn't get in the field. He was shooting from the gate or from the fence, from what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I also heard they originally thought he had a AR-15.
That was an AK. I heard AK.
But then, it turned out he had a SKS, is what somebody said.
Okay, bootleg AK. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. And also these people who I don't know if any of them are anti-gun or not, but they had a personal security detachment too.
Yeah.
People who are anti-gun have a personal security detachment.
Well, no, the Republicans weren't, I don't think, anti-gun. From what I'm saying, yeah. There's Republicans that got shot, so typically they're not anti-gun.
They had their personal security detachment engaged this guy. Now I don't know if they did it with pistols or.
It was handguns, from what I heard. Yeah.
Good shooting.
I heard they did. Yeah, they both got shot, but they stopped the guy at least to the point where he felt like he needed to kill himself.
He killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
that's what I heard.
I thought the PSD got him.
Oh, I thought he killed himself.
Okay.
Hey, will you look up for us to see if the guy killed himself or not?
Yes, I will.
Okay, because I was thinking he did. I can't remember. I could be wrong.
I know he's dead, but I thought.
He is, yeah.
But I heard how the PSD, engaged him. They yelled, "The senators, get out, get out!" And they were taking them on with their SIGs.
Yeah.
And this is great weapon, by the way, SIG.
Yeah.
I was under the impression they got him. But
yeah, I know they probably hit him a few times.
Okay. How far away was he? Do we know it? I ain't seen any details on this yet.
I'm not sure. I think basically we're just right outside the perimeter of a baseball field.
So he's right outside the gate, and they were out on the field, and
so not very far away.
Okay.
And hit a few of them. The one guy, the whip or whatever.
Yeah.
He
majority whip. Yeah.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good.
He got in the hip, and he's serious but stable, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get more details as it comes on. But I was under the impression that the PSD got him.
Yeah. What maybe they might have. We'll find out.
I'm working on it. I have no clue why, but I'm drawing a really bad blank as to how to Google this. I'm like, did the guy kill himself?
Just look up the story and it should.
Okay.
Okay. highly skilled technicians here.
Yeah. It went. Of course, the thing that the media has been
Where
talking.
was it? Alexandria?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The thing that the media has been talking about is a lot is that like, was this brought on by the political climate being so turbulent right now? I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's an isolated incident.
Exactly. It ain't like there's a rash of shootings. You know, Bernie supporters, grab up their guns and coming down from Vermont.
Right. Yeah.
It's this guy has some obvious issues. If he's living in D.C. for 2 months in a van, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Not good. Okay.
No.
He was unemployed guy from Illinois, 66 years old, angry old guy, living in a van.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He was killed in a shootout with police.
So the cops, police got him?
You're right.
Okay.
They got him, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have will you look up what gun he had? I'm pretty sure it was an SKS, what I heard. Because that was the thing is like, the anti-gunners crowd were saying like, oh, he had a military assault rifle, AR-15, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff.
If it had been a musket, would that have been easier for him?
Oh, I saw it on the news. Like an M14? Is that?
No.
Okay.
But I saw something where it was an SKS, which, as you know, it just holds 10 rounds. It's California legal and all that kind of stuff, So.
Oh, California legal. Hey,
yeah.
Dude, hey.
Must be a cool gun.
That's right.
It's funny. I know, like, you go into fireworks stores around here, like, they'll advertise on their fireworks, not legal in California.
Oh, my God.
Which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, what the heck? Okay.
Because those are the ones you want to buy,
yeah, they can't keep them on the shelves. Come on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, responsible. Same thing we've always talked about. Okay, wait. Somebody's found it in the back.
Okay.
The technical staff has came up to answer that question.
Okay. A 9mm handgun and a 7.62 caliber rifle.
Yeah, but what?
What kind?
Ooh. This says an SKS
SKS.
rifle.
Okay.
But then I saw the media outlets incorrectly labeled it an assault rifle. Is that right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the things that the pro gun side is, but we've been using it to kind of like, that's the thing they always say is it's always an AR or whatever the stuff. And
that's just standard, years ago that
because they'll say it would have been worse if he had an AR. That was what they'll say.
Like that guy went into that Washington Navy Yard and shot the people up. He had a shotgun.
Right.
He had a shotgun, but every animated graphic you saw, it was always in the shape of an AR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, he had a shotgun. A little bit of a difference.
Yep.
A shotgun, a little bit. So.
Yeah. Yep. The media loves to twist reality, to support their narrative or whatever it is,
So.
But I don't know. It's crazy. I'm so burned out by politics in general, and I've said this a lot.
Unfortunately, most people are.
Yeah, it's just gotten ridiculous. I just want to have a good time. Shoot guns.
Let's get out to the range, send some lead down range.
Yeah,
come on.
Shoot some of these big old things.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's such a cool round, man. It's got to be the 50 BMG is probably like my favorite bullet. It's just so cool. It's huge, and it's something I didn't realize. The 50 BMG is basically a jumbo 30-06.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Absolutely.
Oops.
Absolutely. For the odd elephant tank you want to stop, eh?
Yeah. The elephant tank.
Elephant tank.
I like that.
So, great round. In fact, the 50 cal is the longest serving weapon with the United States military, except for the 1911. Thank you very much.
That's right. There's still units using it.
That's right. Still out there using it. And one day it will surpass the gun that, by God, Alvin York used. But hey, as for now, hey, but great weapon.
Oh yeah. What do you think about the Army choosing the SIG 320? Have you messed with one of those yet?
For the money, it's the best gun for the money.
Yeah.
Now I know the Glock guys ain't happy, but the Army overruled their protest and they're going with the Glock 320. And great gun, and it's for the money. In fact, I'll admit it, Glock Sorry, I did not let Glock pass my lips. But Sig is again the best gun that I'm aware of out there. I know we got our people that love Glocks.
Yeah.
No offense, people.
I still like the Glock more than the SIG.
Oh yeah.
But Glock probably didn't give the government as good of a deal, and then also I think the government wanted that kind of like that modular system that the SIG has, where you can basically take out the chassis of the gun and put it into another one and change calibers and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what the Army plans on doing with that technology, but they wanted it.
Well, let me tell you something. They're all about bells and whistles and capability, but the guy on the ground that actually has to use it, what's he gonna do with it? He's gonna use that. He's not gonna use half that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, it shoots, point at the bad guy, pull the trigger.
Yeah. You don't want to overcomplicate it.
I mean, yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple. And yes, I know 75% of the police forces in the world are armed with that G gun. But hey, I think for the money and for the reputation that SIG has.
Yeah. And they're nice guns. I mean, they feel great. Have you held one yet?
No, but I do. The SEALs use them.
Well, I actually heard that the Navy SEALs went to the Glock.
They went to the Glock.
Yeah.
But the FBI and all the federal agencies use SIG.
That's right. I think so. Yeah. I get confused on that. It changes all the time. They constantly change.
It's preference. Okay, let's be honest. It's preference.
They ought to just especially with those kind of special agencies or groups in the military or whatever, they almost ought to give them and I think some police forces do this, give them a few options and they get to choose whichever one they want.
Yeah, in fact, at the special operator level, it's like, hey, these people are to the point where they're competent enough to know what works for them.
Right.
So they give them that latitude. In fact, the Marine Corps guys, they got their own version of the 1911. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But their special operation guys go with Glock.
Huh.
So I thought, okay, again, Marine Corps has their custom-made 1911, made just for them.
That's pretty cool.
Which is great. But their Marine Corps special operations guys, they chose Glocks. So again,
but you have to be, I wondered, in the Marines to carry a 1911.
Well, usually you carry a secondary weapon, and usually some kind of vehicle driver or a person that like a PSD or in the Army. If you are in garrison or in an area where a rifle is cumbersome,
okay,
then you'll have a pistol on a thigh rig.
Yeah, it's
just a lot easier to walk around with.
Were you ever issued a pistol?
Yeah, I carried one in Somalia. Never used it.
Yeah,
because I'm a big rifle guy.
Yeah,
somewhere in that environment, I'm all about the rifle, dude.
Yeah,
a pistol is a last ditch. Patton called his pistol his insurance gun.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. If all else fail, they're right there. You pull out your pistol, start blasting at them.
If you need to shoot at a plane,
But a big rifle guy, especially with M4s.
Yeah, they're so small and light.
Is there any advantage of having a pistol if you don't want to carry it?
Yeah,
it's just a lot easier to have a pistol if you're in garrison, if you're in your base camp, pistol. But if you go out there, rifle.
Yeah. And you had the Beretta, right?
Yeah,
okay.
The old M9.
Because I know there was some overlap there. Even after they adopted the Beretta, some people said 1911s and stuff.
Well, if you were some of these special guys, you could carry whatever the heck you wanted. But you have to be one of them. If you're Joe Army guy, just on a deployment, if you got one, if you had a secondary weapon, it was going to be a Beretta M9.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Which looking at it now, it's huge.
Yeah.
It is. It's bigger than my Colt Commander.
Oh, yeah. It's a big old gun.
I'm like, do you throw it at him? I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
they're nice shooting guns.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah,
they work great, but huge.
Yeah, I know. Big gun for a 9mm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and then again, it's a 9mm. In the military, you can't use hollow points, so that's a situation where the 45 does shine.
Which I've never understood why you can't use hollow points, but
too
effective. Too effective.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe they're thinking is isn't it the whole deal is you don't necessarily shoot to kill in the Army. You shoot to stop them or something.
Eliminate the threat. Never say kill. You eliminate the threat. Don't say the K word. Eliminate the threat.
Yeah. And then euphemisms, and then
plus it's as far as the pistol rounds go, the standard is ball ammo.
Right.
Ball.
Well, and in the military, you're not as likely to run into a situation where you need a hollow point. In a sense that like hollow point's always better for stopping someone.
Yeah.
If full metal jacket. But as far as like the real reason for a hollow point though is so you don't hit innocent bystanders.
Yes, exactly. You're not as worried. You're worried about it, but you're not as worried about it as you are out here.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So, but ball ammo is just it's a standard across the board because that way you save money. You're not having to buy hollow point pistol ammo versus all the other stuff you gotta buy. It's across the board. Everybody gets ball ammo. Leave it at that.
Yeah. No explosive ammo.
Yeah, just ball ammo. It's simple to the point.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, 45 ACP. Ball ammo, very effective.
Yeah.
Very effective. Not against body armor though. I'll admit that. Not against body armor.
Yeah.
But what pistol round is going to be effective?
Right, none of them, basically. Unless you have something really crazy like a big, 454 Casole or 500 Magnum or something, But even then, if it's like plate armor, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. So, hey. So,
Yeah.
but I carried a M9, and it's nice to have when you have to carry a weapon when you're in that environment, and you cannot be outside without your weapon.
Right.
Okay. In this area, again, garrison, somewhere like that, pistol's the way to go.
Yeah.
Pistol's the way to go.
I used to work with someone in the Navy, and they had this guard post that they would have to man or whatever. And it was literally just like a lookout kind of deal. And they had to have a Beretta, a pistol with them, but it wasn't like their pistol that they brought with them. It was like the guard position pistol, And apparently it was dark a lot of the time. It was dark at night there.
That's right. What, at night? It was
Yeah.
dark? Okay.
Yeah, but I guess it was just a night thing, which I guess makes sense on a ship because you got people everywhere during the day. But he said there was a special way that they issued them this weird thing that you would like put over the gun. So when your duty was up or whatever, you were supposed to like jack the round out, and there was this thing you put over the gun so that when you rack the slide, it would like take the round or whatever without dropping it because it was dark. I guess you wouldn't be able to find it.
Okay.
Just I thought that was kind of strange, but he said that there was someone who didn't use it and like jacked a round out and lost the round and like got in trouble.
That's a problem. Okay. In the military, in the Army, there's something called the one idiot rule.
Yeah.
No matter how plain, how simple, how clear you make something, there's always that one idiot back there.
Yeah.
Who don't get it, who don't understand, or who does it wrong.
Right.
And one thing about any kind of government, state, or military, if they issue ammunition, they account for every round. If they issue you 15 rounds and you come back 14, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's like they want to know what you did with it.
What did you do? Where's that round at?
Yeah.
And it's a big deal, too. It's like, oh, my God, stop everything. There's
Yeah.
a round missing. I don't know. Well, you don't know. Well, what's that mean? And then they're going to have a knee-jerk reaction. They're going to overreact.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a court-martial. It'll be televised across.
Yeah.
All over one round missing because
Yeah.
if you don't have a plausible explanation, that's a problem.
Yeah. That would be hard for me to get used to, because it's like if whatever gun malfunctions or something, like, all right, it's whatever, one round, who cares?
That because what they're worried about is that if something now that one 9mm round is missing, and something happens and there's an incident.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you didn't do something. Captain John didn't do something. You just blew it off. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's another example of you didn't care. You were negligent. Dock, turn the ship around.
Yeah.
We're gonna dock right now.
Thanks for making me a captain.
No, hey, come on. At least, come on. Hey, come
I got the beard for it.
That's right. So that's what they're worried about because there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions because any kind of incident in the military. I can only speak for the Army.
Yeah.
Any kind of incident, their first reaction is going to be to overreact.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, "Well, what happened?" No, it's going to be, "My God, there's a round missing."
Because they're probably worried that someone's going to get onto them for not reacting enough.
Exactly. Because if you don't react, then you're right.
It's like it becomes your fault or something.
Okay, the you know what rolls downhill.
Yeah.
So God forbid there's an incident because it was dark, and the round just kind of fell out. But okay, that's what happened. Sure. Later that night, a shot rang out. You did what? and you didn't tell anybody, you didn't do anything. Oh my God, this is treason. That's an island over there. There's a tree. Get the rope. I'm telling you, their first reaction is to overreact.
Yeah.
No, they'll convict you. Okay, Captain John, you are guilty, and we sentence you to death. Now let's find out what happened. They convict you first, and then we'll talk about what happened.
Yeah.
You know? Well, okay, you did that. So I'll tell you what. I think we'll let them off. I'll tell you what, guys. Think one finger's enough? All right, one finger. All right, okay, one finger. We'll chop off one finger. Okay. Come on. We're going easy on you.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got plenty of other fingers.
Come on, you got 10, right? Come on. So
Yeah.
again, that's why there's a lot of over regulation, overkill, because they always play to the lowest guy, the dumbest guy.
In the military, you have all types in there. You got people that really want to be there and are really doing a good job, or
people that thought it was a good idea to be there, and then realized, no, this ain't for me, and don't care. And then you got the guy who wants out at any cost.
Yeah.
So you don't know who's going to be on guard that night.
Yeah.
You know? So and then like this one guy in Germany. There's a place called Fitton Army Airfield in Germany, outside of across the Rhine River from Wiesbaden.
Good.
And back when I first got there, they had guard duty. This is during the Cold War. They had guard duty. They had guard posts out there. It was an old Luftwaffe airfield during World War II.
Oh.
And they had guard posts out there. And I was a sergeant, so I was sergeant of the guard. So I had to go around and tour every night, every hour, check all the guard posts. And a lot of these guard posts were just little booths. Little telephone booth. Who remembers what those are?
Yeah.
Little booths out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's cold. It's windy. It's rainy. It's Central Europe. Come on. And this guy, we heard a shot ring out. Oh my God! The commies are coming! Look out! They're coming! we jump in our Army 1008 pickup trucks and race out there. And this guy is sitting there in a prone position, aiming his weapon out toward the dark.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going on? How many? Where'd they come from? He goes, the guy says, and I quote, man, I just heard something sound like a gorilla out there in the bushes. Oh, the dreaded Central European German gorilla, huh? And his answer to that sound he heard out there was to cap off a 223 round into the darkness.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude. Bad move,
Very
guy.
bad.
Bad move. I says, okay, trying to remain calm. And what would you? Okay, now tell me now what happened. He says, well, I was inside my booth in the dark reading this Fangora magazine. Okay. All right. Okay, enough said right there.
Yeah.
Reading this monster mag, and then it was windy, rainy. He's out there by himself. Hears something in the bushes, and he immediately loads around and fires off around. He was done. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over, because that was one of those situations where before they gave you ammunition, here's your 30 rounds, and you better give 30 back.
Yeah.
If you give 29 back, well, that's a problem. So, yeah, they did up to a cross.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm bet.
Back to, you got the Special Forces guy.
It's just because think if he had hit somebody.
Oh, my God.
You know, how bad that would have been.
A German civilian. Oh, my God. It would have been over.
Yeah.
Dude, and this, we had our place was, our base was protested once by the German nationals. What's that? The Green Party. Yeah.
Yeah.
They protested our airfield base. They didn't want us there, which I was like, I'll leave now. I'll leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't want me here? No problem. I'll pack up. I'll be gone.
Yeah. Trust me, I understand.
I don't think we should be here either.
Yeah.
It's been 50 years. Come on. Why are we here?
Yeah.
If they hit somebody, it would have been bad. So, fortunately, he did not. And back to that story about protesting that base. They were singing. We're out there, and they're singing songs. They got torches. It was like something out of an old 1930s Frankenstein movie.
Oh yeah.
And then the German Polizei rolled up. I'm here to tell you, you don't mess with the Polizei. They came out in their green stormtrooper outfits, and with their big mutant German shepherd wolf dogs.
Oh,
and
man.
they unleashed their werewolves on them, and this pack of wolves chewed these people up. And they weren't armed. They weren't making it. This is how different it was then. These people weren't tearing stuff up. They weren't looting. They were just standing there singing peace songs. And the Polizei unleashed these hounds of hell into them, and they chewed them up. And then the Germans came in there with their batons and wore them out.
Man.
And then they
that's
left
crazy.
people laying in the ditches, and they got their vans and left.
Jeez.
It's like a different world. They don't play over there. So
Even that happened in Germany today, I feel like if that was on video or something.
it was a different world then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but back then it's like
And this is like what, late
88.
80s?
88.
88, okay.
I mean, it was a different world. They did not tolerate dissent.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
hey. And you see that as an American, we're like, whoa, dude, I'm glad I don't live here.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Oh,
One thing I was going to ask you about is because as a veteran of the Gulf War, the Iraq, the first one,
yeah, Gulf War One. Something
Yeah.
let me tell you, we were at trench.
Iraq First Blood. One thing I heard about was that the Gulf War was part of what started that thing where soldiers weren't allowed to have like their rifles loaded like in bases. Like then someone fires from or something. Or,
That was
that you, or?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Did you cause that?
All right, I'm gonna come clean. It was me. All right, yeah. That was 03. That was the 101st guy. In 03, he was.
So it was the sequel.
It
Okay.
was it was part 2. Yeah, Gulf War episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said the sequel was more interesting than the
Yeah,
first one.
exactly. It was that some guy, he was a 101st guy, Muslim guy, did not want to fight against his Muslim brothers, and his answer to that was to get a grenade, walk up to a command tent, pull it, and pull the pin,
right.
throw it
Yeah.
in there, and then after he threw his frag inside the command tent, the Tactical Operations Center.
Yeah.
He went and hid in the tent next door. And then everybody was scrambling. An officer went inside the tent next to the one that was been attacked and saw him standing there. He says, "Hey, you just do that?" He went, "Yeah."
Weird.
They took him into custody.
So strange.
I think he wasted 2 guys and injured a whole bunch more. So,
Man.
dude,
Did they execute him, I guess?
he's in
Hopefully.
prison. He's doing a very long prison term. The Army ain't put
Oh,
anybody-
forever. Oh, you can't let a guy like that out.
The Army ain't put anybody to death. I think he got life.
Okay.
The Army ain't put anybody to death in a long time.
Yeah.
I think I keep wanting to say like 80s, the last time they killed anybody. It's hard to get the death penalty in the Army. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to give you life.
Don't line him up and shoot him anymore.
No. The old days. Yeah. The Army hasn't executed anybody by firing squad since 1944. Eddie Sloan.
Really?
He ran off and said, "No, I ain't going back." And now I will get the Army man. Gave him every opportunity to just go back.
Yeah.
Just go back. He says, "No, I ain't going." He says, "Hey, dude, just go back," because he was on there and put me in prison.
Yeah.
They put me in prison. The war will be over, and then I'll do maybe 2-3 years to let me out. The Army was having such a problem with desertions at the time. They had to make an example of somebody. He picked the wrong time to pull that. So, again, the entire chain of command gave him every opportunity to just go back. Just pick up your weapon, go back. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. He just refused. So when they signed off on Eisenhower signed off on his execution order, they took him out and shot him.
Yeah.
And after that, their problems kind of went away after that.
Yeah, I bet.
Maybe I better face the Germans since I'm going to get shot anyway.
Right.
So it worked. It had the desired effect.
Yeah. I know it sounds inhumane, but in war, it's like you have to
Well, he
do some stuff like that.
he blatantly ran off. There was nothing wrong with him. Yeah, he was scared. Of course he
Yeah.
was. And he was in his right mind. In his statement, he said, "I was just too afraid, too nervous."
Yeah.
But the Army said, "Well, we got about 10,000 guys over here that are scared and nervous, but they're going out there.
Yeah.
How can we look them in the face?" In fact, there's his commanding general said the same thing when he signed off on his execution order. How can I look a guy that does go in the face if I let this guy go?
Yeah.
You know, they're scared, they're nervous too, but they go.
Right.
So we can't let them off.
And it spreads, I'm sure, like poison.
Exactly. If one guy gets off, well, they let him off. Why am I going?
Yeah.
Also, they voted twice, almost 3 times on execution. Nobody wanted to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Dude, just pick up your weapon and go back. What really got him killed is that he put it in writing. He made a written statement. "I will not go back, and if you make me go back, I'll run away again." Oh, dude.
So he backed him in a corner.
Yeah, he backed him in the corner.
Yeah.
He backed them into a corner. They really had no choice
Right.
but to execute him, because I can't ask you to go, if I don't make him go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that happened. A lot of guys just kind of disappeared. World War II in Europe, a lot of guys kind of disappeared. They go out in the woods with some C rations and kind of live out there for a while, and then they kind of drift back. My old man told me the same thing. He said that guys would go over the hill back then, over the hill. And he says, as long as you came back, nobody cared.
Yeah.
If you had any rank, they would take that, slap on the hand, and get back out there. So it happened. He was just an extreme case because he picked the wrong time. It was during the battle of the Hurricane. I can't pronounce this word. Hurricane.
Okay.
Hurg.
What area was it in? Like,
Belgium.
okay.
Belgium, Luxembourg area.
Okay.
It was just before the Battle of the Bulge.
Okay.
Hurricane. Forrest, the Germans are kicking butt. They kill a bunch of GIs. The Army's having a problem getting guys to go forward. Guys are deserting left and right. And then this guy pops up and says, I ain't going back. What do you mean? I ain't going back. Here's a written statement. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Dude, pick up your weapon, get back in there. I ain't going back. You make me go back, I'll run away again. Okay. He backed him into a corner.
Yep.
So everybody understood how he felt, but he gave them no option. I'm not blaming the victim, but when he put it in writing, oh, dude.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Huh. That's interesting. Reminds me, World War II, there's a new Call of Duty game.
November.
Yeah, coming out.
There.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely play it a lot probably. But
heck yeah.
but you know, I've seen they released some of the gameplay footage.
Yeah.
There's a few things in it that are kind of disappointing. Maybe they'll fix them. I don't know. So like with the gun, for some reason the BAR has a red dot sight on it, which
he took some red, he took some red fingernail polish from his old lady and painted it that front sight.
Yeah, I mean really, it has like it's weird. It's like a glass circle that you're like looking through that has like a little thing, aperture in the middle. It's like I don't think that existed in World War II.
I don't think they had it, but
no.
Oh, these kids now they don't know that. Come on,
No,
they had
they
red
don't.
dots in 44. Come on.
Yeah, and then the Thompson they got wrong because it's the I get confused on the actual model names.
There's a 1928 version.
Yeah, so the 1928 version and the that's right, the 21 and the 28 are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the
muzzle brake.
right, yeah, and then the bolt is different, and then the Thompson M1A1, I guess.
Yeah, which did not have. Right?
Exactly.
It was easier to produce, but still expensive.
Right.
Which is why they went over to the M3 grease gun.
Yeah, but the A1 didn't take a drum magazine, and in the game they had an A1 with the drum magazine in it,
which was unreliable and jammed a lot. But,
yeah,
it felt good having 75 rounds, but
yeah.
Well, it's all there were two sizes, right? A 50 and a 75.
Yeah, and 100.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Which you're asking for? When you got a drum, you're asking for a jam. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 30 round stick magazine, a lot more.
Yeah. And the 100 round, if you need to like get down a snow embankment, you can use it as
That's straight up gangster stuff. That's Al Capone stuff.
Yeah,
really. But that grease gun, cheap, effective, slow rate of fire. A lot of people talk about the rate of fire for the German guns was a lot faster, but they weren't as accurate either.
Yeah. It's in the game too.
Mm-hmm.
One thing too, I think we talked about this maybe on the last show. That we talked about the swastika thing.
Yeah.
I mean the game. So now that they've released some gameplay, it is confirmed that they removed the swastika. It's just not in the game. And to me, it is a disservice to the people that were victims of the Nazis, like the Jewish people, for example, to take away the swastika because it's like they're trying to make them like milder Nazis or something.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not watered down. Yeah, watered down.
Yeah, they're watering it down.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's obvious that their motivation
sanitized.
Yeah, sanitized. It's obvious their motivation is to like, because the swastika is such an offensive symbol that they're trying to not offend people. You know, but it's a video game about to just change. To forget about history like that. I don't know. It's
the guys in marketing are like, well, it's a calculated risk. The heart. You know what? That's not right. But average Joe playing this is,
they won't notice.
He ain't gonna notice or not care. And hey, they got the helmet, the green, close enough.
Right. Yeah.
Close enough. Right.
It's where you notice it is the big banners.
Oh yeah.
Those always have the swastika on them, but they've got the Iron Cross instead.
Which everybody knows. And anybody seeing this and knows things is gonna know this was a PC move.
Yeah.
A PC move.
Right. Exactly.
And like one of my favorites that never took off. The one that what was it? It was so great I forgot the name.
Yeah.
What's that name?
A video game?
Yeah, the one that it was like Band of Brothers.
Brothers in Arms?
Brothers in Arms.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Kind of close. Band of Brothers.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Great.
Those are great. That
Great.
last one, Hell's Highway, was so much fun.
It never took off though. Could you even play that online? No.
I don't know. I think it was in a weird period of time when it was online gaming was still kind of getting going or something.
So if they would bring that back,
that would be great because those were good games.
Yeah,
those were so much fun.
So
and
you can't lose on World War II. You can't lose.
I know, it's so great.
You can't lose.
And like in that game, you could. Like, you had men and stuff, and you could be like, all right, I'm going to send my
Over
machine
there,
gun squad over there. And
break that fire. I'm going over here.
Yeah, it was great.
Like that guy had it brag that he wouldn't play video games unless he had his helmet and flak vest on.
Oh, yeah.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, really.
That's hardcore.
That is, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But again, they went back to World War II.
Yeah.
Did the Battlefield 1 game ever take off?
Yeah, it was very popular.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe they only made one. I mean,
oh, they'll do another one.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
come on.
They'll do. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what Battlefield does. I kind of hope that Battlefield goes Vietnam on the next one.
They tried that with
Call of Duty.
Black Ops.
Yeah, but it was not like in the jungle fighting.
It was like the early 1961, Advisor, yeah.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't Tet.
Yeah, exactly. So that'd be kind of cool if they would do that, or World War II. I'm fine with that.
Where are the Korean War games at?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Or the Desert Storm games.
It'd be short, only 4 days.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. You got 4 minutes of play time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not much to work with here.
Or the Cold War,
The Cold War. Let's sit on the hill and look at each other. Yeah, that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Hill 551, Grafenwehr, Germany. There they are. Okay. They're looking back. Okay. 50 years.
Did you ever meet any Russian soldiers?
I saw one just before the wall came down. I was at the airport in Frankfurt, Rhein-Main.
Kentucky?
Yes, the Russians were in Frankfurt, Kentucky. Little known battle took place there. But Frankfurt, Germany. And this guy, he was a pilot for Aeroflot, which was the old Soviet airline.
Okay.
And again, I was like, a Rusky. Like I said, like I had a Bigfoot sighting. I was like, and I walked past him real slow. I walked past him real slow.
Were you like in uniform?
Yeah. And he was wearing his Soviet, with 15 medals and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And I walked past him, and then I was like, I was within 3 feet of him. Oh my God. He was that close. I could have reached out and touched him.
Did he notice you, or just
no? He was, he's looking at he's looking at the Skittles or something. He's like, look at all this, look at all the American food, yeah. And I walked past behind him, in BDUs, camouflage BDUs, and I was like, oh my God, he was right there, a real live Rusky. Oh my God. So I told all the guys, he's right there, man. He's right there, man. I was that close, but like I just took my head on a lion's mouth or something. So then the wall came down, and they were everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to convoy to Grafenwehr, and you saw with those little Eastern European cars, and you saw these guys it was stereotypical Soviet Eastern Bloc guys in the heavy coats and the fur hats.
That's funny.
And I'm like, wow, they're right there. I mean, it was amazing. And they came over there, and somewhere I got an actual ruble. From back then. The thing is worthless, but they were selling them because it was memorabilia back then. It was like, hey man, you give me $1 American, I'll give you 15 of these. I'm like, okay. So with the pictures of Lenin and and hammer and sickle on it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, man, history they sold pieces of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Which
So you bought some of that?
Yeah, I was going to, but I thought this is rubble. How do I know where this came from?
Yeah.
You're going to stop on the way here.
Yeah.
That'll break. Okay, give me a hammer. Broke it up. Okay, Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
How the...
Right.
Hey. But,
so you saw like a lot of the rubble from the wall and stuff later on?
People, they were selling out the back of cars, which I think is in hindsight, it was BS. Come on.
Yeah.
It was stuff they, again, put in the back of their trunk on the way
made.
there. They made. Put a Russian letter on there. Okay. It's Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
I made my big I made a lot of friends in Germany. They give you some kind of ration card, and you can get tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol with it because it
Okay.
was rationed at the time. And since I didn't drink or smoke, my cart was empty because every time you make a purchase, they punch a hole in your card, and you can only get so much per month. The way you made friends back then was that you, hey, buddy, hey, I got this Jack Daniel. Hey, Americana, yeah?
Yeah.
Jack Daniel, yeah. They're like, yes, we've heard of American alcohol, which compared to what they drink, our stuff ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Our stuff, they got that bitter alt.
Yeah.
Which is that dark beer with you still see the yeast floating in it.
Yeah, I've had some of that.
You
It's
can run your car
rough.
on that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, but they like Jack, get out of here. You know. But they never had it, so it was a big deal. So
Yeah.
I trade some Jack Daniels for whatever they were drinking. And since I was a lightweight, I still probably got it somewhere, in my storage somewhere.
Yeah.
But that was a big deal. We'd make friends and like T-bone steaks and all that.
Yeah.
Meat and fruit cost out the butt there. And I go down to commissary, get a stack of steaks. Hey, in fact, I paid my rent the apartment I stayed at with food.
Oh, wow.
Hey, here's some coffee and here's some meat. Hey, thanks. See you next month.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's cool.
Hey, it was just like a little German village, hey,
Yeah.
I'm hanging out, the American, I'm coming back from the field, I'm all covered with mud, helmet on.
Yeah.
They love that stuff. They love, American, yeah, yes, protectors of freedom, that's right. Back from defending freedom.
I think I got some communism on my pants. Dust that off there.
That's right. They loved it. They looked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, America,
Weird.
yes, what that country? I know, yeah.
Weird that such a change, because this is, so you're talking about like the late 80s, right?
Late 80s, 88
So-
to 90. Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's been 40 years.
A little
30?
30?
Since World War II.
Yeah.
Because in 88, well,
It would've
44,
been 40 years.
44
It
about
would've been-
44 years
Yeah,
since D-Day.
There were still people alive then that were in the war and all that.
Yeah, which I guess they probably had a less favorable opinion of Americans. you think?
Well, the ones in this is right after the Nazi dungeon.
Yeah.
So yeah, the ones that were still alive, they American. Yeah, yes, you came over here and stop the commies from.
Did you feel like a lot of them maybe weren't as gung ho behind Hitler? Maybe they were just kind of like
the ones the people I talked to said, we know what was going on down there in that camp, but if you said anything, you'd be down there in that camp.
oh yeah,
So you didn't. Oh, this is terrible. Oh yeah, get her down. Hey, the
Yeah.
SS was nothing to mess with. Plus, the way they indoctrinated kids. If mom and dad, then said the wrong thing, all of a sudden, little Johnny would, hey, SS, they're talking bad about the Führer, and then all of a sudden, you're gone.
That's scary, yeah.
When you got kids informing on parents.
ooh man, that's scary.
Oh yeah, dude.
Man.
So it's hard for us to imagine now. It was a different world then.
Yeah,
Needless to say, but yeah,
crazy.
they knew, but you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Hey.
So some of them, I guess, were kind of glad. They maybe felt sort of liberated almost.
Exactly. It's like, oh my God, thank God you're here. What took you so long?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see, Normandy, Battle of the Yeah, I was held
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I was held up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
My old man told me on the bridge,
Mhm.
and this
Was it too far?
Duh, but I'm bummed. Thank you. He says that this is at the end of the war, and they had German guys, SS guys, helping them.
Hmm.
And he says these SS guys were the most disciplined people they ever saw. He says, I think if I had said, shoot every third person that comes down that road, that guy would have done it.
Wow.
They were just disciplined, no questions, do what you're told.
Yeah.
I understand why they were so tough. You didn't mess with them.
Yeah.
Hey. And even when they lost, it's like, okay, they used SS guys to guard German prisoners.
That's
Oh,
weird.
wow. Okay. They did it because they were told to.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's pretty
Whoa.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
discipline. All right. Hey. Yeah, we
nuts.
lost. I'm going to do what these guys tell me. Now I was doing what you told me. Now I'm going to do what they told me because they told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
America in charge now.
America. Okay. Because they thought that they believed that the Americans were going to come join with them to go fight the Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Huh.
hey.
It's interesting.
So-
I was at the beach last weekend. It was kind of interesting because it's the first time ever, at least that I was aware of, I was actually on the beach on the anniversary of D-Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
June 6th.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Come wade up out of the water.
Yeah.
They'll lay cap off a couple of rounds at you.
Yeah, that's right.
Aiming high, of course.
Right,
Aiming
yeah.
well above your head.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was interesting to think about, just like being on that beach and everybody was there having a good time,
Yeah.
and everything, and how, just thinking about the horror, on that beach, and how it kind of like represented what I was doing on that beach.
Yeah.
In a way, you know what I mean? Like the fact that, men were willing to do that meant that I get to just kind of hang out on the beach, ride a bike around, and
it's hard for us to imagine now. It's hard. It's passing from living memory. It's hard for us to imagine now the sacrifices that other people have made. Freedom ain't free.
Yeah.
And it's hard for us now, because we've had it good for so long, to imagine what the sacrifices that other people have made in the past.
Yeah.
We can't imagine. Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. Even especially the Civil War. We can't really imagine that, and it's hard to keep it in perspective. It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's Normandy, 70
Best
years
you can
ago?
do is just try to remember it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We have a lot of depictions, a lot of oral histories.
Yeah.
The VA and the who else? The American disabled veterans. They're big. They were real big on recording oral histories.
Yeah.
For guys who were there, so that we will have that to look
Yeah,
back on.
that's a crucial.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost more important than like even photos is like,
Yes.
what was the experience? You know?
Your and and we can imagine. And some of the photographs, there's a section of the Department of Defense that has the more grisly photos from Normandy.
Yeah.
They call it the Chamber of Horrors.
Hmm.
You can't show that. Well, maybe you could.
How do you see that? Do you have to be in the military?
I don't know. I saw some of the examples. They show some of the American casualties, which you absolutely did not show that back then.
Yeah.
But the American casualties, I saw one. They had a grave registration unit in Normandy, right off the beach. This is about 2 weeks in, and there was a field, almost an acre of field. They had American casualties laid out, and the grave registration guys are going around identifying the bodies.
Wow.
It is a field. It was an acre square field covered with bodies lined up.
That's insane.
And you absolutely could not show that back then. But they're recording it. It's signal core pictures. I don't know how you get access to it, but I've seen a couple of examples. Guys blown apart. Guys severely mutilated. And these American guys.
Yeah.
So we can imagine the level of casualties back then.
Yeah.
Again, this lady back when I was a kid, her old man got shot down over Germany in World War II, and she told me before she passed, she never got over it.
Yeah.
We can't imagine that. She says he was there one day, and then they took off his B-17, and then he was just gone.
Yeah.
And she says when they came, and back then you got about a 10-word telegram. Hey, sorry to inform you that so-and-so was shot down this time, this date. We're sorry for your loss. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
She said she ran around the house screaming for about 10 minutes, and then she just kind of realized he's gone.
Yeah.
And she never remarried, and she never really got over it. But she says at the time, you just kind of okay, he's gone.
Yeah.
So we can't imagine that now. We
Yeah.
expect all this, which is good. It's good what we do now. We expect all this. What's the word I'm looking for? This accommodation.
Yeah.
They come to your counseling. This grief counseling and all
Right,
that.
yeah.
Back then, it's like, hey, it was a war.
Suck it
Come
up,
on.
yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay, harsh,
Yeah.
but that's the way it was then. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a different world. Again, one more time, it's a different world now.
Yeah. I've seen some of those photos from Iraq.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the first time I saw them, it was like, it was shocking. Definitely.
You see, American dead. It's
Yeah.
shocking. Other guys, it's part of it. You see
Yeah.
GIs, Americans laying there dead.
Yeah, it is, and the thing I feel like I think the core, and just from a perspective of just seeing images, not actually
Yeah.
being there, the core I feel like of what makes it so strange, at least from my perspective, it's like people are important.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot going on in a person. You know, what makes a person, you
Yes.
know, and everything. And we see people all the time.
Yeah.
And they typically look intact.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, you know, there's a lot of importance put on a person. And
Yes.
then when you see a person that seems almost reduced to like an old couch that's falling apart.
A jumble of whatever clothes and life.
Yeah, just like any item you might have in your house that got
Uh-huh.
tore up or messed up or broken apart or whatever, and it's just like it's like you kind of realize like, oh, that makes sense, but that's just
It's sobering.
yeah,
We're on Bragg, and remember, for those of you that remember Jessica Lynch, when her convoy got hit,
yeah,
they showed this image that got back to Fort Bragg, this Army wrecker truck, and the dead GI laying next to it, E4, 21 years old,
Yeah.
laying there face down, next to his vehicle, dead, and that image got back there, sobering. It can be you. Good guys do get knocked off.
yeah,
It can be you.
yeah,
Woke you up, got your attention.
yeah,
Oh yeah. So
yep. Yeah, I think we all think that it's not going to happen to us.
Yes.
It's going to be that other guy. You know?
and this guy was nobody special, just some guy, a truck driver, just some guy in the Army doing his job, got his head blown off.
Yeah,
Oh, shoot. And we're surprised they showed that image too, because usually to keep people back here happy, they sanitize images.
yeah,
You know, or if you do see anything, it's a coffin with a flag over it, not some guy freshly killed laying next to his vehicle.
yeah. There are like you can even the combat footage, picture photos. Like I was looking, there's this book. I was in a bookstore, and they had this really neat book of photos from Vietnam, like
Yeah.
a photo history of Vietnam.
Oh.
And there's an interesting photo. I think it's a kind of a famous photo. It was really interesting. It was these two. They were MPs.
Yeah.
And it was black and white. They were behind a wall.
Yeah, that's the embassy. Tet.
Okay, yeah. They're behind this wall, and then one guy's like, oh, man, these guys up here are trying to kill us. And then the other guy, he has like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he's looking, there's these two dead guys, 2 or 3, I think 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like American, I think they were regular GIs.
Yeah.
And they're just laying there just dead. It wasn't like the most gruesome photo. It wasn't
Yeah.
like body parts hanging off, but they were just dead. And the look on his face, to me, is the most telling part of that photo.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the other guy's looking ahead, like, what's going on here? And the other guy is like realizing, like, those guys are dead over there, you know, and you can just see it on his face, and it's kind of chilling.
Yes, and it's again sobering.
Yeah.
Hey, this can happen. It can be you. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Again, usually they don't show pictures of American dead. We see plenty of pictures of enemy dead,
Yeah.
but we don't know them. They're not us.
Right.
It's easier to accept that. What's sobering, what's shocking is that, hey, Americans get their head blown off. You can die. It can be you. Again, especially World War II. I think it was 1944 before they showed the first pictures of American dead.
Yeah.
But that's being realistic. That's being, hey, there's a price to pay. People are making sacrifices out there. So that's good that
Yeah.
they show that. This is real. I mean,
Right.
not just to the people that a problem we had in this last war, or still have, is that if you don't have skin in the game, it doesn't really mean anything to you.
Yeah.
You know, this is not World War II. We're not rationing out gas. We're not rationing food. It's not the big one. It's easy to dissociate yourself. What's that T-shirt I saw at this certain post? In World War II, 16% of the population was involved in the war in some way. In America, less than 0.1%
Yeah.
is involved now. So it's easy to just say, it ain't me.
Right.
You know, we're not eating that cheeseburger. We're not worried about the last, this is the last burger we're going to have for a while.
Yeah.
It's too easy to just, it ain't me.
Yeah.
So,
That's why it almost seems like if we're going to go to war as a country, we need to really go to war,
Yeah.
you know, instead of like these little escapades.
well, we can't do that with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
I read that about Korea. It couldn't be, stars. We can't have Ashley Judd on the street corner with a sign going support the war. You can't get people fired up like that because we live in an age of nuclear weapons. No, you can't do that. It's got to be measured and.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey,
Yeah.
So.
But something's gonna have to happen with North Korea. I don't see the world tolerating them for much longer. You know what I mean? Something's gonna happen.
We're gonna do the Big John show from Ouijanbu. Let's go.
Yeah.
You better bring your heavy coat though. It gets cold over there.
Yeah, so they can mess with my head like that kid. You heard about that whatever that. First of all, why would you go on vacation, or why would you go to North Korea in the first place?
Oh,
You know, but they like were holding there for like how long? 10 years or something.
yeah,
something crazy.
I mean, why would you go there?
And
what were you thinking?
Yeah, and what it kind of seems like is they did some kind of weird chemical lobotomy on him or something.
Oh my God, that's
You
like
know.
that's it. Let's go to Syria. Yeah, for vacation. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I mean, I want to go the most dangerous place that I would like to go to, not because it's dangerous, but is Egypt, because I want to see the pyramids.
Oh.
You know.
yeah, we can do it at the base of the pyramids. Yeah,
Yeah.
take a microphone. How you doing?
Yeah,
there we go. Broadcasting from Cairo, Egypt.
Yeah. They'll think it's a green screen, you know.
that CGI camel looks real.
Yeah.
No, that's a camel, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, how funny would it be if you went to a place like that no one expects you to be at, and then you do it in a way where it does look like it's a green screen, you know?
That's right, why not,
Until you
dude?
fool people, you know, and then you're like, oh, I wonder if and you, whatever you say something, and you get up and you actually like walk up on the pyramid, you know, and people are like, oh man, you're actually there.
Man, that's CGI, the Big John show.
Yeah.
They're not BSing around.
Yeah.
That pyramid looks real. Yeah, right. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, call. Hey, get talk to your old lady. Get the jet gassed up. We're there. Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I do want to go. That's something that's kind of like on my bucket list or whatever. I want to go
Okay.
see the pyramids.
Okay. Hey, they've been there for a while. I think they'll be around for a while.
Yeah, I got time.
It's been
That's
5,000
why
years.
maybe things will settle down there, but you know,
That's-
hopefully ISIS doesn't blow them up.
Oh man, that would suck. I mean, yeah, God forbid. Hey, do like a taken thing. They make the mistake of messing with you.
Oh, yeah,
Like
that's
a
right.
taken, hey, okay. You call the old man. Hey, Dad. get on the plane.
Yeah.
You come by, pick me up. We're en route. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm on the way. Bring it.
Oh man.
All right, man.
We got, we'll have to take the show on the road at some point.
Dude, yeah, we'll do a caravan,
Yeah,
man.
I want to do it. Yeah, I do want to do a travel show at some point. I really do. I want to do that.
Dude, like I said, man, let me know.
Just pick out go to this town, pick out certain things to show, and be kind of fun.
I got a van, RV. Yeah, RV.
Yeah, exactly.
RV will live out of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, I know you got places to be.
all right, bro.
And it's been fun, man.
Bring it on.
We'll do it again soon, as always.
Don't be gone so long. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
hey,
know.
what the hell happened? What the heck happened?
Yeah, I got lost in the beach.
Bro,
All right. We'll see you guys.
See you. But you did that before.